Hey everyone, welcome to Soulfish and November's energy reading. Now, if you recall, we're still in October, right? But you've been feeling, that in October that you can't force this timing, right? That you had to just kind of work on you, do the work and let go. That was really what October was about. And here we are heading to November, right? And what I'm called to share with you, what I'm feeling about this next month, it's really about you having some perseverance, you defining your space. In other words, being really clear on your goals, really clear on your needs, and staying in that space, because you're going to have things that bump up against that. And you've got to be strong and steady, right? Because you're going to have these things that bump up against that force you to commit, that force you to say, yes, this is really what I want, and to hold your ground. Instead of like in the past where you would say, well, maybe that's not as important to me. And so, you put that on the back burner, that particular need or desire or what have you, and you just, that goal, and you just kind of say, hey, this other stuff takes priority. That's not going to happen anymore. So that's what November is about, is you being clear and solid in your space, in what you're wanting your next book to be like. It's really, really exciting, but it's going to be a little tough. So I want to warn you a little bit about that. In other words, be ready, okay? And know that you're looked after. And know that it's okay to try something a little different. It's okay to really believe that it can be different for you. So I want you to have that perseverance, staying the course, being clear on what it is that you really, really would like to be. Not what you don't want, but what you do want. That's what November is about. It's a seed planting time. It's very much about preparations, like you're packing for a trip. So it's very much in this sense of, if you're solid in what you want, if you're solid in your goals, okay, and you're committing each time these little things bump up, to question that, to make you question whether you really want to go forward or not. That's the purpose of this, but it's about you staying your course, this perseverance, you're packing for a trip, and you're saying, hey, regardless of what everyone else says, I'm going to Antarctica, and so now you need to have some jackets and some boots, and it may take you this whole month to put everything together, and that's okay. That's what this isn't about rushing it. It's about it all coming together. This month is taking form month. So with you taking form and actually committing and kind of creating and saying, this is who and what I'm going to be in my next story. That's what November is. And choosing and making those plans and actually following through on those plans. Now executing. You're beginning to execute and see how it's all taking form. It's taking shape. It's all about to come together. That's what November's energy is. We have been working all year long in a conclusion of book 1, and then you had this middle space, which we're still in, which is this transition between what you were and what you are gonna be. That's what this has happened. And this is almost like a gift. It's like a second chance at life in a lot of ways, where you can take everything that you've learned, positive and negative, and drop off all of the BS that doesn't help serve you, and actually start book 2 with some awareness and consciousness, some choices that you're making, some knowledge that you have about yourself, right? That things you really like and things you really don't like, and you can craft that and design your next book around that, instead of what book 1 was, which was figuring out that stuff. You can actually now apply it and change your life. That's what this is about. So in November, it's an energy to help you do that. It can be heavy, because you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested for what you said you wanted to do and be. You can't hold form and hold shape and it be smooth sailing, right? Like you can't, it's not all the time. We're traveling behind the sun, right? And they're talking about how the density somehow has changed in space. and that affects the sun, which then affects the energies coming from the sun to us, and affects all the energies cosmically that we're being affected by, which is what a lot of folks think this ascension energy is all stemming from, is all of these outside influences that are cyclical and that help to elevate the collective conscious. And that's what you're here to do, right? Is to help to elevate your matter towards spirit, ascend, right? Elevate that, and by doing so, your beingness helps everyone around you to be lifted up as well. And that's a really awesome thing when you think about that. When you focus on you in the bestest of intent, not only are you helping you, but you're helping everyone else. And that is awesome. So in November, take advantage of this energy flow. Take advantage that, that this is the time for you to finalize these plans and begin executing on them. Take advantage of being really clear. Make a few notes for yourself, so when you question yourself, you can pull up your little note and say, no, this is I believe in this. This is what I'm going to do, and motivate yourself to stay on track, to stay your course. You have to be tested a little bit just to make sure you're committed, right? So November is going to do that, but after the end of November, boy, you're gonna be loving it, because you're gonna be really near that next space and that next story that really starts to take off. It's gonna be a really awesome time. So we're heading towards it, and I wish you the very best. Hope that was helpful. Much love.